Girls and guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Well, project-wise on my own cars, I've been a little bit quiet. But unfortunately, fate has forced my hand to start working on some of my own cars. We've got the Multipla back. Absolutely love this car. It had its MOT a while ago, no issues really, just some minor advisories that I need to deal with. Going to redo all the brake pipes and everything else. Not doing that today. What has done me today is the alternator let go. Charging at about 11 volts on batteries in good condition. I've done that test. So yeah, we've put it down to the alternator is not charging at all. So because of that, we are finally going to turn some spanners on this. We haven't touched this in a while. Really bad. I really should look after it a little bit more. But to be honest, I've been enjoying going on some fun little adventures on it. I've been everywhere in it, to be honest. And it's not required any work. It's just been good. I like this car. So we are going to change the alternator. I've already got a Lucas alternator in for it. I've disconnected the battery. Gonna find the locking wheel nut, whip a wheel off, get the auxiliary belt off, undo the alternator, bish, bash, bosh, get it back on the road. And it is 4:45 on the 29th of December. Talk about a perfect time to start your own car. So just having a little eye on the situation and, well, hello. That's a juicy cracking alternator that I didn't know I had. Cracking stuff. Well, I've probably going to have to remove the engine mount to get that out. Ain't going to be too bad though. Just a couple of bolts. I've just ordered a service kit for it as well, because I can't remember the last time we serviced it. And then when I went underneath, I was like, whoa, that's a rusty oil filter. I definitely should service it. The auxiliary belt is new from when I did the cam belt, so I'm not going to replace that because I'm tight. So, yeah, it's quite apparent that my alternator is foobar. And I'm sure it's going to be worse when I get it in there. Might have to drop the exhaust as well. The problem is I can't because it got cut and we've had to weld a piece in. Someone stole something that went here once, so we just welded one in. Need an exhaust rubber there. So yeah, this is going to be fun. A little bit of an oil leak there. Intercooler doing its thing. Yeah, happy. Very happy still. I'm going to give it another look over all round, make sure everything's okay. So, at the back of the car, subframe is quite rusty. Now, if all goes well, in the next month or so, there's going to be something amazing happening here. Fingers crossed it all goes through and works. And if it does, this is all going to have a nice new lease of life. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. But in the meantime, just noticed we've got a split exhaust rubber. And the exhaust back, the centre silencer is getting a bit blown out. So I have to sort that out. Right, I'm delaying because I don't want to do this. So let's get on with it. There's always been one thing that's annoyed me, even though I've got a donor car outside, and I always forget to do it. This is off the front right, but it's got to go on now. It's been long enough. I don't know where the other one went. Oh God. Can't line it up, hold on. This is painful, people. This is painful. Hold on. There's a notch. That was here. I thought it was here. That's why it weren't going on. So yeah, finally, put a cap on that. I'll go outside in a minute when my parts delivery arrives and get the other cap off the donor car. Then it's all got all of its centre caps. I just don't know why I've never done that. Never noticed there was damage there either. Anyway, let's get on with the alternator. I need 10 mil and an extension. Just a little bit more of a side view on that crack. Juice key. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good. I've seen them crack on other cars. I've never had one happen to me. But yeah, done. Now, adjuster here. I think that's a 15. Gonna yeet that down. And I think they are 19s on it. I think so. We'll find out in a minute. So I need a 15, and we'll bring in 19 for a test fit. Right, well, sized everything up. I've removed the 13 mil for the power and the 8 mil for the exciter. There's also a bracket that goes at the back there. This one, that was holding with a 13. I've whipped that out of the way just to give me some room. And I keep getting water dropped on me from the overflow, which is really doing me, well, the scuttle panel water, which is doing my head in at the moment. So now they're out of the way, there is a nut, hold on, excuse the, there is a nut there. Don't know if you can just about see it. I've got a socket on it. From the bolt that goes there. They're both nut and bolted from the top, from the inside. So I need to get them off. And then we're going to try and wiggle the alternator out through this gap. Who knows? Right, with all the wires moved out of the way and the brackets, I've wedged the 19 there and it's just leaning against that. It's not, I was holding it with my other hand, but obviously for the video, I've rented it there so you can see. I've got the ratchet on the other side. I'm just spinning that one out. And then I've got one more over at the top, which I'm probably going to use a bar and a socket for. That's going to be a more awkward one. I can see that happening already. But yeah, nearly one down. I'd say I'm 25% there. I always look at stuff when I've taken it out and I've seen there is pickup on that, and then I had a look at the nut. That is spangled. The bolt I can salvage, I can run a tap and die around it. That is scrap material. So, ran into a problem. I don't actually have a tap for that. So, I went old school. I found a nut that would fix that fitted. Found a couple actually, because I was going to destroy a couple. Actually, I only destroyed one. I haven't really destroyed it. And then, because the threads weren't too bad, I've just run it up and down slowly. Loads of lube. Oh, it's out of focus. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, just run it up and down a few times. Jesus, man, this phone is terrible today. Yeah, there you go. And cleaned up all the threads. Now I can get a bolt all the way up and down, which is a result. So, got a nice new nylock bolt, nut, to go on that. Now, I can continue. Crisis averted. I also nearly gave up and tried looking for another bolt, but I don't have one. So, fix this one, good to go. Good progress. I've got the top bolt out. Now, that was very awkward. 17 on one side. Then I used another 17 on the other side, because the bottom is 19 and 19 and the top is 17 and 17. Mainly got my arm up and round into there. There you go. You can't really see it. But the other bolt went there. There my finger is. Oh shit, alternator's out. Yeah, so now the alternator's out. Well, not out. It's in a predicament. It's in a situation there. So I'm gonna knock it out, get it loose, and then work out if it's coming out from, well, it's coming out from the bottom, but if I can fit it through the gap here or not. So let's find out, really. We both know that I am taking that engine mount off because there's no way in hell it's going to fit. But I really want to try because I'm stupid and stubborn. So I'm not going to lie, that is never coming out of that gap. Now, it's pretty much wedged in that situation. So I'm going to undo these T13s. Hopefully it moves forward a little bit more and clears. Engine mount's definitely coming off. Definitely. Just to make it easier. I want to go home at some point. All right, well, alternator's there. Now, done something stupid. I was undoing that, but now I can't get the spanner out because that's there. So that is just, you know, floating. And it's still in the gearbox. So that will stay there for a lining dowel with a spanner ready to tighten it up. That's going to be fun. Last bit is to get this alternator just out because it's really annoying me now. This has taken far too long and I really want to go home. Not going to lie, I used a bit of brute force, but I got it out. So it basically got stuck there and there. Gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Yeah, so I just gave it some brute force and yeeted that little bad boy out. Now I'm going to get the new one in and chuck some bolts in it and hopefully be charging at 14 volts. This I tried to undo more. That's just the whole problem I'm going to deal with later. It broke a cardinal rule. I didn't check this before getting it out of the box to fit it. I just kind of assumed, dangerously, that it was going to be correct. And luckily, it is. So that one going back on surcharge, this one going on the car, and it's going to give me a good few more years of happy motoring. I bloody hope. Or I'll lose my absolute shizzle and throw it. Right, bottom bolt is tight. Now I'm just getting to the top bolt. That is going to be in place there. Going to lower it down and tighten up from here. My back is in bits. And yes, I'm moany. Reason why? I don't want to be here. I want to be at home, eating a panettone, happy. But no, I'm fixing an Italian car instead. Well, auxiliary belts on, all the bolts are tight. That kind of buttons up this side. Obviously, I've got to put the cover on and the wheel. But let's connect everything up and let's get a voltage reading and put the engine mount on, which is just dangling down there. All right, so I've got the thing just there. It's only supporting it. I just couldn't bother to get a block of wood. It is my own car. I don't do this to other people's cars. But I've nearly got this 19mm tight. Yes, it has taken a while. Yes, I've had to put other bolts in first. And yes, I will have my 19mm spanner back. Now, yay! Right, that is that all done. Just need to connect the battery, wheels on, torqued up. Now, this is going to be part 1 of this video. I'm going to continue tomorrow. I did actually order service stuff for it, but it didn't turn up. That's fine. It is the 29th after all, and people probably just want to be at home, where I'm not. But I am going to be trying out some testers I got from Liquid Molly. Is that what it is? Yeah. This has always been quite a ticky engine. Always been quite ticky. And I got sent, a oil flush, which I'm going to give it because it has been a while, and a tappet quietener thingy. I'll show you. Yeah, so an oil additive, and then hydraulic lifter additive. Now, I'm curious. I'm very curious to know if they work, or are they a gimmick? We're going to find out. Well, she's alive, and we're going to grab the multimeter and see what voltage we've got. Right, so we're looking for around 14.4. The lights are on and everything like that. So 14.1, that is better than what we had before. So that's right down. So that's good. Now, no test. One thing I haven't done, check the runoff on the belt, make sure we're not slipping and sliding, but that looks pretty good. Happy days, I didn't even think about checking that until now, so yeah, all good. All good. Shame I can't do the service on it tonight, but oh well. Before I nearly forgot, that centre cap has been robbed from the donor. So yeah, now she's got all 4 centre caps. Happy days. It is another day, not gonna lie, dropped something earlier. I was in a rush the other night and never actually got around to servicing it, so I'm doing this because I need to hurry up and put this video out because someone on the Multipla, yes, there's a Multipla page on Facebook, is asking about an alternator change, so I need to finish this video. So now I'm going to quickly do an oil change, then add the Liquid Molly stuff in, see what happens, see if that ticking noise I've got disappears. Rule number 1, when you're putting your car on a ramp, do not rush it because you will break something. Crack the side skirt. If only I had a donor car outside where I could steal it from. For the record, I'm not doing that now because I'm doing this because I'm in a rush and I want to go home as well. Right, new Bosch filter, just draining out the last dregs, want to get as much out as we can. And then I'm going to treat it to some nice Mobil 1 oil, which is ready to go in once I've cleaned it all up. I've just realised something as well, people. I forgot to say this earlier. I said earlier we've got an engine flush and then an additive for the tappets because I've got a tappy noise. Well, that's the lifter one, hydraulic lifter additive. And me being a dumb human, thought I'd ordered, well, I had ordered, well, when we spoke about it, I'd ordered the engine flush, but I've actually been sent an oil additive. So I've got two additives. I'm not going to put both in. Or should I put both in? Read the instructions. So, once reading them, it doesn't say do not add more than one, or do not use this with anything else. And it's quite late, it's like 6:30, so I've got no one to call. I think I'm going to put one in my BM, and I'll put the hydraulic lifter additive in this. I was going to put an engine flush through it, but haven't got it, so they never sent it to me. So, we're just going with the lifter to stop the ticking noise. We're nearly there. Fixed. Now, oil time. So I'll whack this in. I think it takes about 4.5. We'll put 4 in and see where we go. Okay. Is this a stupid idea? Who knows? Yes, it is. But it's working. It's not stupid if it works. We all know that. Definitely can't get all of that in like that, but they're both going in. Oh. Ah, this is going to make a mess. Right, so oil is in. I've just given it a quick start up to fill up the new oil filter and everything like that. And I'm going to check the oil in a second. The additive's gone in. Sounds quiet, I'm joking. I have no idea if it sounds quieter. I'm going to take it for a drive and then report when I get home and let you know if the ticking I have. It's only when it's under load, it's just like this tick, 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 tick. But it sounds like a hydro, if you don't know if you've never experienced it before, a hydraulic lifter that hasn't filled up with oil as of yet, but hopefully this might do it. Fresh oil, who knows. I do have a list of stuff that needs to be done to this Passion Schwagen. I'm going to do a brake overhaul, so disc and pads all round, brake pipes, flexies, everything like that. And the thing that I'm really, really looking forward to is de-rusting a lot of the underside. My friend has got his laser rust removing tool, the little device that and it just eats all the rust. I'll show you what it's done. We did a spare flywheel, an old rusty, dirty flywheel, and this is what it come out like. Yeah, nearly looks machined. I mean, it didn't spend a lot of time in it, but yeah. We've got a multipla to do. So yeah, back to the lap, de-rust it, discs, pads, brake pipes all round. Then I'm gonna look for some suspension, new front shocks, top mounts, everything like that. The shocks are a little bit bouncy on this, so I wanna overhaul them, or fit new ones, sorry. And there's one other thing that I'm not sure about doing. Replace the side skirt as well on the driver's side as I just broke it. Yeah, but one thing that I've got, and I don't know whether I should do it or not. So let me know if you think it's a yes or a no, but I've got LED Underglow. Do I put LED Underglow on the Multipla? Does it deserve it? Well, it deserves it, yes, but I'm nearly 40 years old with neons. I'm going to fit neons. Right, let's check the oil. Well, it's quiet. I mean, it was a real annoying ticky noise. Like, it was just through the radio, like, I can't explain it. It's just really annoying. Tappety noise is the only way I can explain it. And it shut it up completely. It's possibly the smoothest it's ever sounded. And that ticking has always been there. Yeah, even when my cousin had the car, it's always ticked. But now it's gone, which is good. So that stuff does work. I mean, you think I might be lying? Go for it, buy one. I don't get paid for you using it. It's just a freebie that I've tried out and I actually think it worked. Well, I know it works. I don't know how long it's going to work for, I'd like to say. But for now, very, very positive, very happy. No more ticky noise under hard acceleration. So, result. That Liquid Molly stuff works. Anyway, like, subscribe to the channel. Yada, yada, yada. We've got more stuff going on. It's going to be a good year. Got a lot going on. Maybe one day I might do the Alpha. And let me know, neons on a Multipla, yes or no? I really want it to be a yes, but probably not going to get many votes. Who knows? I might just do it anyway. Like, subscribe. See you on the next time. Thank you. Bye.